So we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, it looks like Dr. Miller's back.
I'm back. Hi, Jenna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Now, are you stateside or are you in the DR?
I am stateside. I'm heading back though in 6 days. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Exciting.
yes,
Okay,
it is.
perfect. Well, I'm just going to watch you guys do your thing.
Jenna,
Are
do you
there
want to
only,
introduce yourself?
Yeah,
are there
hi.
only, oh,
My
yeah,
name.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to
No,
go
no,
ahead?
go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't have to introduce myself. I'm going to
no,
shut up now.
Dr.
Sorry.
Miller, well, you can too.
No, I'll just watch. I can say hello.
Yeah,
Hi, everyone.
that's Dr. Miller.
I'm the faculty mentor, but these guys run the show. So I'll leave it to them.
My name is Jenna Breiner, and I'm a program coordinator down in the Dominican Republic. So I work with the on-the-ground formation and carrying out our different projects that we work on while you're in country.
The Omaha side of things, we handle the logistics of getting everyone prepared to go. So paperwork, fundraising, flights, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Did that share? Someone will also have to warn me if I'm frozen. Our ILAC Creighton office sends more than 500 volunteers annually, and we do that with the help of our Dominican nonprofit partner. Their name is Ceci, but they go by Misión ILAC or ILAC as well. They've been our partners since the inception of our ILAC programming and are the only reason that we can do all the work that we do and send that volume of volunteers. They have partnerships in different communities and health promoters who are leaders in their communities who work to figure out needs that they have and their ability and interest to host groups. So for example, if we have a high school group, we will send them to a community that needs a project like a floor laid or a latrine built. And so for water quality, that would be a community that identified an interest and ability to have you come and do water sampling, and they want that information. So Ceci is the reason that we do everything we do and keeps us organized and keeps giving us work. The water quality program itself consists of service, cultural exploration, reflection, and spirituality. I'll talk a bit about those in the following slides. Just to give you some context of photos, this photo in the middle is when they went on a trip to the botanical gardens, and then the one on the right is a group after testing someone's water. So the basics. Your program begins before you even go down to the Dominican Republic. So preparing yourself that the commitment to the program starts upon your acceptance. So there'll be an acceptance meeting and then formation meetings all the time before you go down to the DR. So that might be some Zoom meetings if we ever meet in person again, an in-person meeting, or maybe some materials for you to do on your own. And those will be cultural and logistical in nature. So we'll give you all the information about your paperwork, things about your schedule, but then we'll also try to prepare you as much as we can to go down to the Dominican Republic to give you some context about the country that you're going to go spend a month in. You'll also get the basics of testing and filter systems before leaving. This is just so that when you get down in country, you've heard these words before, seen these things, so they're not completely new to you, but you'll get a much more in-depth training and cover that when you go into the country. The program itself is 4 weeks, so May 10th to May 28th. That'll be right after finals of spring semester, and then get you back in time if you do a summer session. As I mentioned, you'll have cultural awareness activities, so that could be things like the botanical garden. You could be going to museum, doing a mural tour, all sorts of stuff to continue that formation of letting you get some more context to this country you're spending time in and to have some fun. And then your service will be in the form of water testing, but also you'll have a larger project in the middle of your program. So they've worked on aqueducts before. People have helped with some reforestation or coffee planting. It can vary based on the need of a community that year. And then the bulk of your trip will be the water portion. So you'll go out to a community in teams, you will take samples of water. Then if their filtration system needs repairs or cleaning, you'll do that and you'll show them how to do it as well so they can keep doing it after you've gone. And then you'll go back to the ILAC Center and you'll do the chemistry science part of things and review the samples. And then eventually you'll go back to those same places where you sampled and give them the results of the water testing that you did. And another big component of all of our ILAC programs is reflection and journaling and spirituality. You don't have to be Catholic or Christian. You can have a different faith, no religious background, but we do expect you to be open to reflecting and sharing with groups and taking time personally and as a group to do that. This is the code of conduct. You will see this multiple times if you're accepted. And this is just at this point to let you know that this will be something that you sign and you agree to by going down to the Dominican Republic. So if any of these are things that you don't think you could adhere to, maybe considering that before you apply. None of them are especially difficult to follow, and all of them are meant to keep you happy, healthy, and safe while you're down there, and to help maintain our relationship with CESI and with those communities we're working in, just making sure we're holding up our end of that by being a good guest. None of them will prevent you from having a good time in the Dominican Republic by not doing them, but just being aware that this will be the expectation of you when you're down there.
Katie, can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, just about the tattoo and the piercings, you can have them before you go to the DR. You just can't get them while you're down there.
Yes, good point.
So you can load up before you go, but we just want to be safe so you don't do it while you're down there. Okay, that's it.
Yes, good clarification. Anything else from Jenna or Dr. Mullen, anything? And then the application can be accessed through the Jays Abroad portal, which is where all of the study abroad options are housed. You can also find information on our website or our social media. And if you have any questions, you can email that general email for ilac@creighton.edu. There's also on our website the portion that links to the water quality application. There's a much more in-depth video. It repeats some of this, it adds some other things in case you want to watch it back. This will also be recorded and you can watch it again. It'll be posted on our YouTube channel. But some dates to keep in mind, the applications are open now and they close October 15th. And then we will schedule interviews those final weeks of October, the beginning of November. We hope to have everything done and let people know if they've been accepted before the end of the semester, so that week of Thanksgiving break. And then we will have an acceptance meeting sometime in December before the holidays, but it will be after classes. So if you are accepted, keep an eye on your email because that's how we'll be giving you information. And another important thing to keep in mind, that there's a fundraising requirement of $3,000. That includes your airfare, your transportation in country, room and board, the supplies for that larger project, the supplies for water quality testing, those cultural activities that are on the calendar. You would be responsible for if you had wanted extra money to buy snacks or if you did a dinner out or wanted to buy souvenirs. But other than that, you could have an absolutely wonderful time and not spend very much money, extra money at all. So everything would be covered by that fundraising requirement. I have videos from students, so if there's any questions about this stuff before we start that, but then there's time at the end for questions as well. Okay. This is a student, he went 2 years ago.
Katie, I don't know if everyone can hear it, but I can't. So I don't know if your volume's on.
Oh.
Or how that.
I can't hear it either.
Oh no, no, it is on. There? No? Okay. Well, let's try a different way. Um, sure. Oh no, his video is so nice too. Let me try to find another way to show you. Oh no. Let me.
Could you link it maybe on the page, on the website?
Yeah, if it's not gonna work here,
Yeah.
then I won't waste everyone's time by trying to do it. We'll post this and then they'll be posted there too. So it's his video
Okay.
and then the one after that, her name is Gabrielle Baker and she went.
Right. Yeah, Gabby was a student leader. And so if you want to come back, you can apply for that as well.
Yep.
And Greg obviously went 2 years ago. Yeah.
He went between his sophomore and junior years. He explained at the beginning of
Yes.
the video, everyone.
I just saw Greg a few days ago, so he's doing well.
So if anyone has any questions for Jenna, myself, or Dr. Miller, feel free to ask.
So what kind of help can they get for fundraising?
So we send out deadlines and there is an amount of flexibility with that if you're having issues, just keeping me in the loop. But we'll send you information about matching companies because a lot of companies, if they do 1-to-1, if you know anyone who works at Union Pacific, they do 2-to-1. So if someone gives $1,000, they give $2,000 and you're done. We also help, we have some stock letters if you need help soliciting funds from people you know. We talk about this in the acceptance meeting, but I would say starting sooner the better. Same with Spanish. If you start your fundraising sooner, it's less stressful. And then we also offer the amount or the number available vary each year, but some scholarships out of the ILAC office that you can apply for. And those are, the money might change, but it's usually around $500. So it helps.
I have a question real quick. So how important is like the language barrier there? Like, would it be important to like know some of the language going into it?
Also, as Gregory says in his video, it's not required to go, but it definitely adds to the richness of your experience. And that is the single most thing that every participant from any program says is they wish they would have learned Spanish sooner. So you don't have to go. It would just be extremely helpful for you and for your group that that you learn or try now.
That makes sense.
And to be fair, Greg had horrible Spanish.
He had a great time too. And I think being vulnerable or being willing to make mistakes with your Spanish is also an important thing. Sometimes the people who know just a little or like a medium amount of Spanish get too hung up on that they should have been using past perfect subjunctive instead of imperfect present, whatever tense instead of just talking. So I would say just try your best. You're probably going to make a mistake, but Dominicans are really forgiving and you should try. That's how you learn, is what I would say.
I would just add, if that's a barrier in anyone's mind, it shouldn't be. I know it's scary to kind of get over that hump and put yourself in that position to be vulnerable with people, but between, using playing charades with local Dominicans or using the little vocab that you may know, relying on people that may know a little bit more Spanish than you, like we have staff there to help you too if there's anything that comes up. But like Katie said, it's important to try at the, before you go, because that can really facilitate your experience there, but it's not necessary to be fluent by any means. Part of the fun of it is, like I said, playing the charades.
Yeah. Sometimes the most popular people in communities are the ones that just know like 3 phrases, but it's because they're willing to be like, I'm going to say hola to everyone, and everyone ends up knowing Ben, and you're like, how does anyone know Ben? Like, I know all the vocab of like furniture in my bedroom, but like Ben only knows hola. So it's all about your attitude, I think, makes a big difference in addition to preparation.
I have a question about like the time split between being in the campos versus like the ILAC campus and how far apart they are and just the living situation throughout the trip.
So your landing spot will be the ILAC Center in Santiago. That'll be where you come back to do all of the lab testing, and it'll be where you spend the night. The distance to the communities depends on where we end up putting you. They will be within being able to drive out, do testing, and come back the same day, so they won't be too far away. Anything else, Jenna or Dr. you can think of?
Situation at ILAC is dorm style, so you'll usually be with a couple other people of your same gender. And like Katie said, it just depends on the distance of the community. Our local community partner, they kind of are our guides of which communities we're going to be visiting each year and, you know, who needs what. So they will, you know, give us compos that may be an hour away versus a compo that may be 2.5. So it just depends. But they're all, like Katie said, within a day's driving.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
And we do visit many compos. Unlike some of the other programs who tend to camp in one, we tend to visit 6 or 7 at least. So we do travel a lot more than other communities. So we do see a fair amount of the countryside, which is a nice advantage. Also about the language, again, for the water quality to work efficiently, we really only need 2 or 3 students to be good with Spanish. The other students can hang back and learn as they progress, but we can work fine with just 2 or 3 students. And so we're aware of that when we interview.
If you need to communicate with your family when you get there to say that you're safe and alive or whatever, that's an option.
And just so you know, the ILAC Center is very comfortable. It's it's very nice.
Dr.
It's
Beller,
yes.
what's your favorite part of water quality about the program?
It's definitely the traveling. I do like to go just to meet the different cooperators and the different residents. So that's my favorite part. But also, I cannot get enough of all of the different cultural things we do as well. I love the botanical gardens. I love the colonial, what's it called in Santo Domingo?
Colonial
Zone. Colonial Zone. I love all of it. And I it changes a little bit every year I go and you meet new people. So yeah, but the most part I like is that we're really making a very big difference in a lot of people's lives. And traveling around, looking at the different water samples, problem solving is always fun to do. And so we do a little bit of everything. So yeah, it's just a really great program. You'd be surprised how much you can squeeze into 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks of the water quality program. It's just every day there's 2 or 3 things to do. And then on the rare downtimes, I like playing cards. I like beating the students in cards.
Specifically beating them.
Yes, I like winning.
Where can we find the application?
So if you go to the study abroad page in general, there's the Jays Abroad portal, and then you search water quality in ILAC and it should pop up. Or you can go to ILAC's page within the Creighton website and there's a link that says applications and then a water quality application there.
And so you can do it all online these days?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. And if you're in my class, or even if you're not, you're welcome to drop by my office or to make a Zoom meeting. I'm happy to talk with anyone one-to-one about water quality as well. If you have any questions or you have friends who maybe missed the meeting and would like to ask questions, I'm happy to do that as well. I even have a few water quality filters here. We can show you what we do. And then of course, Jenna, well, she's leaving, but she can Zoom with you, and Katie can help you on this end as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the ILAC office is still in Creighton Hall.
But we are virtual, so you will
Oh, that's right. Okay.
contact us via email. If you go to the office and it's closed, don't be alarmed. Just send us an email.
Right. And if you're in my class, you can also, when you drop by for office hours, I'm happy to chat you up then too.
Any other questions? If not, we've ended at least our formal part of this. So any final questions or final thoughts?
Could you send me the links to those videos? Maybe I could send that out to my class.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, that'd be great.
Well,
Okay, well,
thank you.
thank you so much, Katie and Jenna, and have a safe trip, Jenna, back to the DR.